This is the hill, Mapungubwe Hill. So this hill is where the king lived up on top. I'll be taking you 1,000 years back. Mapungubwe means place of jackals. Mapungubwe in Tswana, in Lesotho. So, 1932, there was a certain white man by the name of Mr. Van Graan. Van Graan was a hunter. One day when he was hunting, he felt thirst. Lucky enough, he came across to a certain hut of an old black man by the name of Mr. Mapungubwe. Then Van Graan, because he was thirsty, he decided to approach the hut to ask water to drink from the old man. Lucky enough, he was to be offered water inside a unique worthless clay jug. I understand that water in clay pots, clay jug, is little cool, it's not warm. After drinking water from Van Graan, he asked Mr. Mapungubwe that, where did you take the jug? And the old man said he took it from the secret place up on top of the hill. Himself, Van Graan, he heard rumors about the secret place, but not knowing exactly what the place was. It's when Van Graan pulled out some coins from his pocket, believing to give Mapungubwe the coins, as Mapungubwe showed him the hill. And the old man refused, saying he was not allowed to show anyone the secret place. Lucky enough, there was the son of Mr. Mapungubwe, Chiwana Mapungubwe, Mavula. So, in need of the coins, the boy volunteered to show him the hill. But then the boy got some precautions from his father that don't ever climb the hill with them, or point at the hill, or disrespect the ancestors with them. The team of Van Graan, because they were in need of climbing up on top of the hill, they rushed towards the hill in search of the way or the path going up on top. Only unlucky they couldn't see the way, for the place was abandoned for a long time. The path was covered by grasses, bushes, and trees. Meaning that the team of Van Graan went right down the hill twice in search of the way, seeing nothing. Lucky enough, only good instructions from the boy. He shouted a little bit far, telling them to go behind the green tree. Then they will see the little path going up on top. After they've seen the way, they followed up on top. And when reaching hilltop, they come across with pieces of clay pots, of bronze, of copper, of iron, of gold, glass beads, shell beads, gold beads. They took those artifacts. They shared among themselves equally. Lucky enough, in that group, there was the student from the University of Pretoria, Jerry Van Graan, who was also doing history in Great Zimbabwe, whereby it came to his mind that this was the place that they were looking for. So he managed to persuade his father Van Graan to report the hill to the government so that the place could be protected. The really little boy who showed Van Graan's the hill in 1992, it was my grandfather. My name is Johannes Masalesa. I'm a cultural guide at Mapungubwe National Park. When I was at school, I liked history so much. Because today, I'm telling people this history. Because a lot of people used to say, why don't you go for maths? Why don't you go for science? But today, I'm not working with science. I'm telling people the history that I liked even when I was young. And I will like history until I die. 1933, they got permission to come and do excavation up on top of the hill. At that day, while doing excavation, only up on top, they revealed 23 graves. And 3 of them were different from the other 20 graves. And from the 3, the first grave, it was a woman who was buried with 100 bangles of gold, 26,000 of glass beads, and 12,000 of gold beads. And the second one, a middle-aged man who was to be buried with the golden necklace. The head of a golden crocodile was to be discovered in that grave. And the third one, the one that each and everyone assumes it might be the king of Mapungubwe, was to be buried with the golden rhino, the golden bowl, golden scepter, and more stuffs of gold. So this definitely tells us that Mapungubwe was very, very rich. It was a wealth place whereby trade was taking place. Glass beads is one of the evidences that they were practicing trade with the people from far. And the world population at that time was estimated to be about 5,000 to 9,000 people. It was a huge settlement. It means the Great Zimbabwe came later after the fall of Mapungubwe. The game they used to play up on top of the hill, we call it Muruva or Murab, which was to be played by men, not women.
Take this one out to you, yours to you.
Meaning that men have to compete to play that game because The one that was always winning the game, he was to be regarded as the judge in the kangaroo court. If the person was lucky, he might marry the daughter of the king. So that's why it was important to them, because some of them, those who were clever enough, they have to gain something from the game. The other side, beyond the river, where you see the smoke, that is Zimbabwe. And between the rivers, that is Botswana. And where I'm standing by now, this is my country, South Africa.